The market, where we're at and why. So where to start? That's a very broad based thing. Looking at the current economic landscape would be, we're coming off, coming out of, the COVID years, if you will, where, central banks around the world were very accommodative to, promoting economic activity through lower interest rates. We have a very strong economy coming out of COVID, and that is not conducive for ultra low interest rates. Economics 101 would say interest rates should be higher when the economy is good and lower when the economy is bad. While COVID did impact a lot of people around the planet, it didn't stop business from continuing. If anything, we just went through a full-blown housing boom with record low interest rates, which is an anomaly in itself. Typically a housing boom would constitute higher interest rates. And meanwhile, the entire country not only was able to refinance into cheaper debt during this time, which also helped fuel, a really strong economy, people were able to buy homes with record low interest rates on top of it. And, like anything, it's like a rubber band snapping back. There's the other side of it. And the economy is going strong, but, isn't indicative of a low interest rate environment anymore. So interest rates have moved, extremely fast. Up almost 3 points in mortgage rate in roughly the first 5-6 months of this year is one of the fastest spikes in interest rate ever in history. I think you have to go back to the 80s to find this find anything like what's happening on a chart. And obviously that's having a major impact on affordability. So, the housing market is under a lot of pressure right now. Housing is the backbone of our economy. If you think, just look around in this room, look around in any room you're in your house, and think about how many trades that room supports. Paint, electricity, electricians, plumbers, roofers, siding, windows, all the knickknacks that are in a home. A kitchen's probably, got a ton of stuff in it that would, support several industries. And, now with rising cost outside of mortgage rates, just in general, right? Inflation is running rampant. Last read was 8% year over year, and that excludes food and gas. Well, food and gas are non-negotiables. I don't know anybody who doesn't need gas and doesn't need food. We need these things. And again, don't want to butcher the stat, but I believe it was over 30% spike in cost year over year. These are unsustainable things that are happening in the market that will kill a consumer-based economy. We are a consumer-based economy, meaning we all buy and sell goods and services from each other. That's literally what makes the world go round. So again, just giving kind of an economics 101 here on how it works. And with the cost of everything going up, what do you think is going to happen next? We're going to spend less money. We're going to look at the future landscape. A lot of people are dropping the recession word already, and that strikes fear into the heart of the consumer. Those big ticket purchase items and those things that you planned on doing, you're now putting those on the back burner because gas is at $5 to $7 a gallon or more, depending on where you are. Food is, outrageous in its cost, and we need to eat. So, you're going to start giving up things like subscriptions and memberships, and the little things you spend money on, you're going to start cutting back. And we're already seeing that, and that's why you're starting to see the equity markets starting to take a nosedive, and you're seeing the stock markets down significantly. So it looks like potential tough times are ahead for the economic outlook, and the Federal Reserve has a really challenging job at trying to find that balance. That's their job, is to keep balance in the financial and economic landscape, and they have a really, really tough job ahead of them. So I'm not a betting person, but if I were, I would say there's more than likely a chance that we head into a slower economic period where we're going to see job loss. You're going to see people getting laid off, and this is pretty easily predicted. We're at full employment. So what's after full employment? Fuller employment? No, less employment. So that's what's coming down the pike. So it's been a really good run in general for most people in most industries, throughout the U.S. here over the last several years, and just things are going to turn the corner. So best advice I can give for anyone in that regard is know this is coming. Prepare for the worst, hope for the best is the mindset that I use. Don't live outside your means. Make smart decisions, and be prepared to deal with what's coming.